Full disclosure, this is one of my favorite feudal matchups. One and all, welcome back to our semifinals between Anatan and B. It's French versus Chinese. I genuinely do love this matchup, and I think some people may be surprised to hear that, considering my disdain for certain French mechanics. But before the Pro Scouts meta, this was incredible. This matchup was mass versus mass, and it was a micro battle that felt like it never ended. You could have 15 minutes of Knight Archer spam versus Spear Chicken Noob. Has Pro Scouts been enough to get us? Something tells me no. The question is, who's going to Pro Scout? Because, like, this is one of those matchups where both could Pro Scouts or neither could Pro Scouts because of the threat. And I love this from Anno. He is obsessed with this opening on Gorge. And it's super effective with French, actually, guys. Yeah, look at the impact. Against China, it's not easy to get more sheep than them, but he's going to achieve that. Double side for him. The reason this is really good with French is with French, you're going to build more villages anyway. So sacrificing one at the beginning for a scout can easily profit. Fortunately, the profit hasn't been like crazily high here. It's 16. Okay, make that 17 sheep now to 11. A little bit better. Okay, so we've already seen today a double scout opener from Louis that was designed to bait his opponent into Pro Scouts. I'm wondering if Anatan is trying to do the same thing here against China. Yeah, and that's smart as well, because if he lames the deer, it forces B's hand. You either play risky eco against French, which was terrible, or you go Pro Scouts. This is cool, man. I actually love the way that people are using double scout again. It kind of fell off the side of the cliff. But the difference, guys, the reason why double scout felt really sucky is in a Pro Scouts meta, it's irrelevant. Like in a Pro Scouts meta, as long as you get a handful of sheep, you don't care, because you're still going to go deer. And you could argue, well, KP, if we 50-50 split the deer, the sheep difference matters, right? Sure, but the window of opportunity to get more deer presents a great way of just playing for that timing instead. Double scout just wasn't worth it. But now, with double scout, like now with the change to Pro Scouts rather, double scout has become a bit more viable. I like it and I dislike it in some ways. So one thing I'm not a big fan of, as you guys who, if you've tuned into the stream more than a few times are aware, I don't like the sheep roulette. I've never been a big fan of sheep roulette. And the more I've seen it over time, the more I'm like aware that the devs must be long-term working to a better solution, because this can't be like their favorite fun of all. Sheep roulette is we both go around the map with one sheep, with one scout rather. I get 80% of the sheep, you get 20%. That can happen because of the spawn pattern. There isn't an easy solution right now, because let's say you had a fixed number of sheep that kept spawning at TC. That benefits certain civs and cripples others big time. So, like, the best solution actually is long-term, just adding more food types. And I do believe, in my whole heart of hearts, the devs will try to do that over time, because it just makes so much sense. I love this. We got the dish off. Okay. Like, this is exactly how we saw Louis MT play his deciding game against Vortex. Funnily enough, the roles were reversed. It was Jean against Chinese and Lou was on the Chinese. So he's going to dish shove in one. He's going to try to force Pro Scouts out of B, who right now isn't rushing it, but with 2 on gold plus taxation, I could believe he's heading for it. Can they put more sheep around TC? Slightly. But like once again, even that had a certain impact on scan rotations and certain matchups. You have to be very careful with the way you balance things. So for anyone who's been watching our cast here, please go watch some of the ones on YouTube with Lancaster. We talk in the Lancaster matchup, especially in the early days, about how really powerful the 4 extra sheep start is. Because Lancaster plays the scan rotation more like a berry sieve. That's very interesting, isn't it? They don't have the weakness that French or China does, which is you scout and then you have to bring sheep home quickly. So you just see how big these type of impacts would be, how they change the game. This is a great day shove. B is going to come by trying to intercept now, but at this stage, the goodies are pretty much fine. You can lame a few of them, but they're practically on the edge of TC range, so B could get this with Pro Scouts, but like it's so difficult. Old Pro Scouts, no doubt in my mind, he just walks in here, giggles, runs away. New Pro Scouts, if you show up near this TC and pick up a deer carcass, your ass is going to get chased to the afterlife. Yeah, you can just see the vision from TC as well. There's no easy sneak. Okay, Anno, let's see. Yeah, Pro Scout's going to be coming for B. 4 on gold. This does just seem like macro for Knights. Hey, he's already into Archers. That did get scouted by B, by the way. And because he's going Pro Scouts, he's inherently going to have to build stables. That, by the way, I think is a big part of why people are still very much, or some anyway, are very much fixated on the Pro Scouts. What people realize with Pro Scouts is Pro Scouts offers a way of transitioning into a unit type from a very advantageous position. Normally, if I drop a production building and you scout it, I'm in trouble. You know what I'm going to do. If I drop a rack, okay, you drop an archer range. But what Pro Scout's done is contradicted the design of unit transition. If I drop a stables, it doesn't mean I'm going horseman. It just means I'm going Pro Scout. But you still have to act in a way that is appropriate as if I could go horseman. You see how that changes things a little bit, guys? Like, you know, in chat, I imagine a lot of you have had a similar experience when someone plays Men-at-Arms Civ in Feudal Age. You know, they drop racks and you're like, oh, I go archer. For Hohenstep, they start building Men-at-Arms. Okay, now I'm confused. It breaks the dynamic. This is should have enough spears to create the space. More archers are on the way, though, and Knights actually could just brute force this. Yeah, exactly what he wants to do. Good micro, pulls away. Gotta be careful not to get overwhelmed, but on point so far from Anno. He's even baiting B into just chasing without hits. Oh, this is sick. Horsemen turn up at the end. Spearmen. You've got to be kidding me. Anno is just styling. Beautiful micro. Loses one archer, kills all the spears. Now, some of the Pro Scout deers did get home, but there's a snowball effect to this. Your opponent now has military advantage. The health bars don't look great, but the initial hit is what matters. And look at where he's hitting. Straight onto the scouts. Can you get the low HP one? No. This is ridiculous. He's skimming it. Anatand, this is monstrous. He is basically waiting for B to look to attack and then moving away instead of getting the hit in return. So he could hit with these knights, but what he's realizing is the attack speed is so slow on the spearman that he actually has enough time to walk away. And it means that while B is then like cycled up to a 2-second attack window and is waiting, the other knights are clubbing him in 1.5 seconds. Beautifully done. And now maximum value out of Chivalry. More boyos are on the way. B does have the correct idea. If he stays in his base, he just dies. If he waits at home trying to defend the initial deer, he dies. He needs to try and force Anatan to react to him, and this is the perfect time to do so with all the injuries that Anna took. He's the kitty cat to come by and lick these wounds. Anno Knight micro MVP? Quite possibly. You know what, guys? Like, if you see amazing moments, by the way, another reason to join the Discord. We might have to create a channel for it, but maybe use general in the meantime. If you see epic moments that you think are like plays of the week, I want you guys to let me know. We might be working on some way of highlighting those. Definitely helps if you guys clip and then drop those in. I think like that's like we've had some crazy moments of the week, like the Lucifron Louis series, game 3, game 5 of Louis versus Vortex. That moment there in game 3 of this Bianatand, one of them. Okay, so B now playing north side. You can see the macro is intended for castle. He just wants out. Barbican first. Pretty much the standard. We see this all the time. The reason is this now gives you gold secure. Anatan isn't really going to ram rush this. I think Barbican is like still a ridiculously powerful landmark. It's just never first. But because it's never first, you always get the benefit of song, and you also get what feels like an unkillable building in the other game. Still think that Lucifer's the best knight micro. Quite possibly. Anatan's impressed me though. I think Anno has really leveled up his micro in the last few months. Okay, so B. I guess he just wants to try and draw attention to Anno's side of the map again. He's close to what he needs. 11 on the gold, so it's definitely going to be Castle Rush. He can flood Lancers. He's getting a decent amount of deer home. It's only like 1.5 deer stacks, but it's better than nothing. Actually, wait, did he get more? No. Yeah, the deer icon missing, remember, is because Anatan got one of them. It shows you how different Pro Scouts now is after nerfs. Does Anno consider it? There's got to be a temptation towards siege engineering here. Oh, nice hit, B. What? Double kill on the gold. Only 6 horsemen as well. The problem for Anno is because he's playing back and forth on the map like this, you know, it's very difficult to get archers with you. It makes the fights kind of harder for knights. Especially against that many spears. It's going to back away. Clock tower on the way in here. Chiv's out this time. Yeah. Oh, man, but it cost him another 2 villagers. All right, this is getting pricey for Anno. Props to B. The horsemen, you know, they looked like they were designed for the main archer fight. He realized that's not possible anymore. He pivoted in a really impressive way. Archers are going to snipe back here. Looks like the pro scouts could actually get shut down. That's all the scouts remaining alive. So actually worth sniping. However, the knights dove deeper. He does find worker kills over here. Holy crap. Yeah, he dived onto the mill. The problem here, like B, he stopped the tech up. Oh my god, there's no one teching. I know. I mean, this is threading the needle right now. He could so easily just get wiped on the army and then B's free. But he took the risk. Instead of just saying, I want, 20 knights and royal institute, he saw value in the dive. Gonna see if it ultimately cost him though. B. Now only 1 villager behind, but an age ahead. Crazy. This probably changes things from Anno's perspective. What would have previously likely been a Royal Institute game is now, I think, a Guild Hall game. Because you just don't have many knights now. He could rescale in theory. He's playing out to the deer. Boar off that as well. It's just so difficult to all in China, I find. The issue is this Civ has really good economy, but also really good production rates. And B with the mass monk 4 queued up. Supervision's there, guys. These come out every 12 seconds. Yeah, this is the, if I send so many, you can't kill all of them. Like, man, many of you will die, but some of you will impress me. Good luck. Fairness, Anatan could actually guard all relics. But with Carsley's Lancers coming, he's probably going to get scared to keep his army together. And B's trying to play off of that. And, oh, we have a heist. Hilariously, the one Lancer is leading the defense force there. But this is still going to force idle time. And like you have to choose. You either kill the Lancer or you kill the Deer Gatherers. Spearman's going to try to make it the best of both worlds. Lancer, yeah, he could probably get a few kills out of this. Oh, he's over panicking though. Nope. Okay, so Lancer's going to go down. Nicely played. Anatan doesn't lose any villages. B, meanwhile, has to stop dropping the goodies. There is a dive into the main, though. We gotta find those worker kills. Good reaction so far by Anatan. You can see that B is full stress testing in here, though. I'm just struggling to see how Anatan gets out of this H. These first Lancers are doing way too much damage. Because even if they're not getting kills, they're forcing reactions. And it's the ripple effect of what happens next. But that is beautiful. I know he does actually have a raider group still. So the issue of what happens next here is army comes home and then B picks all the relics. And you're never ahead at that stage. Two guys are heading all the way home. Looks like the scout, feeling cheeky, does get taken down. The boar hasn't been scouted, so that's good news for Anatan. That's safe food. That might actually give him safe passage to castles. And the Spearmen never got upgraded. But I understand why. For B, Spearmen are kind of pointless here. They're nice to defend, but they're just meant to scare your opponent. It's a heavy cavalry race. And it's one that B is on the verge of winning in raw number. He's already winning on quality. Problem is, he's kind of just sending these lancers in one by one to fights that they can't really possibly win. But remember, guys, they're not designed to win. They're designed to distract. Honestly, I think the devs done a good job of rebalancing pro scouts. This is like so much better. So much better. This is a pristine example of why pro scouts need to be changed. Think about how hard it would have been for French to contest pro scouts in older metas. He punished him for rushing it. He was able to. In previous metas, French can do that. They'd have to do it themselves. So you just got double pro scouts. It's boring. This is much more interactive. He's rallying all the boys over. You have Spearman getting added in also. If he can front with the Spearman and get a charge in, it's still a fight that French Knights can actually win from an age behind. The ball gets found as well, but Anno, good priority there, getting the outpost up. B definitely feeling the pain of raw math here, but that's because he's raiding again. Finding additional worker kills. There's practically no one here to defend against Triple Lancer. Oh, no. He's got one spear coming out. Other side of the map. Would have pinned him. It feels like the longer this goes on, the better and better it gets for B. So many injured villagers here as well. Oh, my. So many more to die. There's only one spearman. Shivs are going to be brought out, but the pain is real. Even with textiles, look at the lead build. B is dismantling him. Yeah, Anno at this stage is all in or nothing. You can see he's even prepping siege engineering. He's lost way too much. Crazy game. Honestly, this is where Gorge looks good. So this is actually the pristine map, which I think devs had in mind when they made the Season 9 changes. They nerfed walling, if you guys remember. They nerfed it hard. Double the build speed now. As in, like, takes twice as long to build. But the problem is, the moment they'd done that, Gorge had a new problem because the pro scouts meta. What was risky was no longer risky, and certain civs just had way too much gold. Then with the pro scouts, they never came out. This creates a whole new dynamic, and it is fun to watch. Knights, now the dive in. Hello. We said Anatan needed that all-in timing. Well, this is it. He heads into the base. B trying to prep archers for the defense. Choke point hold. Could be big here. Archers are going to start arriving. They are getting target fired down. The villagers are being ignored because Anatan knows if he has any hope of doing this, the army needs to be removed first. And the heals. The heals. That one Lancer holds on as long as he can. Now the taxman getting healed. The monks are actually doing a lot of work here. Shiv's out from the villages. He starts to pull them away now. The line is thinning, though. It's only 4 knights left alone on the dive. And the TC can clear that up. At which point, what has Anno got left? He can afford farms, but I don't know if he's going to be able to hold against the counterattack. I mean, you have to be thinking mass farms here. Yeah, like, it's your only hope. But, B, he's already there. French don't need castle. I think at this point, you feel like you need castle. He's moving out on the gold now. That's 14 onto gold. The problem of remasking on knights is technically veteran archers can beat that. He does need to get arrow 2, but once you get arrow 2, you hit for 9 damage. Your opponent only has 4 ranged armor. So over 50% damage goes through. And remember, it's a defense in the base, so choke points equal range better than melee. This is a crazy game. Arsenal Age overrated, you know? Even Spears now. No, does he think that B's going back to Lancers? I mean, B can't really afford Lancers right now. Obviously, like, Anatan doesn't know this. His dive didn't see the farms. They happened afterwards. B with this much gold, I understand why Anatan thinks there's going to be Lancers. Okay, so Anno plus B, similar farm count, but not for long. B is now overtaking him. So Anatan, this has to be Guildhall. In a mirrored castle game, you kind of have time for Guildhall. The problem in this game is the granaries. This is meant to happen halfway through when you're in Castle Age. So it's a very long wait now for Anatan. Let's see if it pays off. Triple granary being set up. He's pivoting to the east side, so now aware of where the farms are. That's going to be his squeeze point. Fifth relic picked up by B. And back into Lance as we go. Nesta Bees as well is very smart. Anatan's backline is going to melt. And those are going to be clock tower Nesta Bees. Easy to kill. The Knights. Between the Knights, yeah, look at the archers. He actually just stand grounds for them to protect the villages. But their damage is so high. Like, once again, this is pre-range damage too. Veterancy is coming in, but that's going to be 50 seconds wait time for the archers. Does deny the relic again, but how do you actually get to this relic yourself? Meanwhile, Scout does sniff it out. Lancer on the way in the flanks. Only 2 Lancers in the field, but B has the right idea of what to do with them. Oh man, this is going to be hunt. Okay, so Berries get starved out. He's got like no deer left. Knights aren't really hitting the target on the back anymore. I think Anatan, this is kind of reminiscent of several minutes ago when he was looking at researching rams and going all in. It's a bit easier in some ways because there's no static defenses here, but harder because of the fact that B has a lot of food injected. Income diff's insane. Get more farm than China. I dare you. B looking to prove why they're number 1. He's number 1 in Eastern Europe. At least in the CIS region. Let's see if he can make it happen here. Boards with just a Lance and a PG. Double Nesta Bees arriving. And Anatan is actually brute forcing into it. Reload charge is going to be there. And this is going to be a wipe. That has to be it. Yeah, GG gets called. B, he makes it work. But my goodness, Pro Scouts was not easy to execute in this one. Anatan giving us a preview of why Pro Scouts may not just be the go-to be-all that it once was.